Hey, good Sunday morning to you. I'm looking at Matthew 22 through 34. Matthew 22:34. Reading, it says, "But when the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together. Then one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question, testing him and saying, 'Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?' Jesus said to him, 'You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.'" My friends, as I look at this passage, I consider the fact that the Pharisees were trumped and they couldn't, or the Sadducees were trumped, and the Pharisees, the educated, they wanted to ask him a question, and they asked him a question of what is the greatest commandment. And Jesus said the greatest commandment, of course, is that we are to love God. That is our first priority. We are to love Him with all of our heart, our soul, and our mind. Our total being, we should love God. But then Jesus said the second one's like it. We need to love our neighbors ourselves. Understand, I believe the Scripture is telling us that our first priority is to love God and to do that right. And once we love God, we can't help but love our neighbor and be obedient to the second commandment. I think the greatest love that you can show for God is to give Him total allegiance and trust Him and have total faith in what Jesus did on the cross. But secondly, I believe the greatest way that we can love our neighbors ourselves is to tell them of this great God who we serve and who we love and who we know will one day receive us into heaven. The judge, the Savior, the one who loves us so much that He gave Himself for us. Today is Sunday. Today's the day that we gather to worship Jesus and to honor Him and to sing praises. We'll be doing that at 9 o'clock in life groups as we study together. We'll be doing that at 10 o'clock as we worship together. We invite you to come worship with us. If you don't have a church home, if you want to know more about Jesus, come. We'd be happy to share with you and to study with you and to answer questions from the Word about Him. And so we do all that because we mean it when we say at Westview, we're here for you. You have a wonderful day, and God bless.